Oh no, I didn't unmute myself. Oh, welcome back to the Dota 2 Champions League, guys. It's Flipside Tactics versus Friends. It's game number 4. We're down to the wire here. It's either 3-1 or it's gonna go to game 5. Flipside, now they took 2 games now, and they're looking strong. Friends tried to cheese out of a Husker, and they didn't actually succeed. So now they're stuck here with 1 game left on the line. And hopefully, maybe we'll see a game 5. Otherwise, they're going home 3-1. So, I'm Lysander. This is Mike. Welcome to the broadcast, my friend. Am I still muted? No.
No, it's working for now, at least on my end. So we're good. But yeah, for Friends, at least we saw Understock get a little bit more traction by the end of it, even though it was a loss. Still, like those calls were pretty darn impressive. It was a limitation again of a Friends draft. They tried to play it pretty much exactly as you should, make that kind of early game timing push, but it was just a little bit too unsuccessful for them. So I think the game plan was probably okay. How they tried to play the game plan was kind of okay, but the execution just wasn't quite good enough considering what Flipside had on the table. That Broodmother last pick? That Broodmother pick from Flipside was just really, really hard for Friends to deal with. So gonna go back to Keeper of the Light, and Flipside now gonna get the Good and Evil, Omni Knight, and Doom.
Yeah, alright. Light and Darkness. Doom, I think Seedoy is convinced, is a good pick here. I guess deleting 1 hero is pretty nice. And Mud Golem Trick, I'm sure Vanscore is itching to try that another time. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out this time round. I'm not a fan of running the same strategy twice, so hopefully none of the teams do that. Oh boy!
Oh.
That was fast. That's like a declaration. It's like, we're bringing this game to a sleep hole.
Yeah, this is a pretty confident pick here from Friends, because Naga Siren, unless she's played as support, which is still possible, with Keeper of the Light, you net and illuminate. It's not the worst thing in the world, but with Keeper of the Light, with Naga Siren rather, your games are going to be really slow, right? You want to farm her up. You really want to buy all the space in the world. For Flipside, if their plan was aggression before, well, if it wasn't, well, it sure as hell is now. They're going to apply the pressure as much as they can. And Doom, Omni Knight, maybe not the best heroes to have in that context, but still they have, they can do what Friends tried to do last game. They could try to make that timing push with a lot of sustain and that initiation and try to get in under the Naga Siren. And worst comes to worst, dooming the Naga Siren is a pretty good way of handling her. So it's pretty brave here by Friends, really choreographing what they want to do.
Yeah, the thing is that the Naga early picks are usually baits, I would say, because it can, if you leave it unchecked, it can become that cancerous carry, or if you try and counter it and then it becomes that support that just uses the song for disengages. So you have a lot of ways to deal with this. I like the Alchemist Band here. It's something that could potentially outrun the Naga. Well, not outrun, no, overpower the Naga. No, wait, that's not it. Outpush the Naga? Yeah, outpush the Naga, or overrun the Naga. And I imagine having 2 waves of illusions on both teams with Radiance can be a little bit awkward for creep equilibrium. You're gonna meet down the middle and just radiance each other.
Lion.
Oh, Lion, there you go. Some illusion destruction here.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, you have 2 point-click kill spells on illusions, and then Friends pick up a Juggernaut. This still isn't going to indicate where the Naga Siren is going to go. Flipside really want to know, but they're going to get, AoE, trying to get initiation heroes off, so that they can get the jump on the Naga Siren Juggernaut, who, if you are able to jump on them with a Blink Hex or something, or just a straight-up Doom, then you're going to be in a pretty good shape as Flipside right now. I don't know if they're going to try to out-late game this opening from Friends. It doesn't seem like that's the most attractive. Doom is going to be going towards a lane, it looks like, unless we have something weird with Omni Knight.
I think Juggernaut and Naga are already basic diffusal carriers. You don't really need a real counter, right?
For Omni Knight? No, I'm saying Doom is going to have to lane in this game as opposed to jungle roam. You have it would have been Lion Doom, or is Omni Knight gonna offlane? Could they dual lane this Flipside?
I did see a mid Omni Knight today, but that was demon drafting, so it could be just a demon thing. So I don't know. It was it's possible running a mid Omni Knight, but I think offlane works fine. You can try and he doesn't do too well with Iron Talon. I'm not sure. He doesn't farm as fast. Maybe he can. I feel like every hero can do it. I think Doom
Yeah.
is still the most suitable for a jungle. And you run a kind of a core Omni Knight, or even you run an offlane Doom, that could work. You run Omni Knight and Lion, you have this slot. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the case.
Radiant team pick.
Huh.
Doom offlane and then Omni Knight Lion slot combo in tri lane there. I think it's pretty decent. You can press any kind of offlane that might come to your lane pretty hard.
10 seconds
Friends.
remaining.
It looks to me like a support Naga at this point. Sleeps
seconds
really
Yeah.
good against slot. Oh wow, another time.
Dire team ban.
All right, Axe one more time. 3 melee heroes on the Flipside squad. Not really sure about this Slark 4th pick. It might have been banned out, but I'm looking at Flipside's draft, and they're not really looking to make any sort of like timing push like Friends were trying to do with their Omni Knight in the
10
last
seconds
game.
remaining.
It seems like they just have a good mix of just
5
control and
seconds
team
remaining.
fight without really any huge advantage over what Friends
Reserve
have in
time.
that same regard. So this is
Radiant
a little bit
team
awkward,
ban.
especially with 3 melee heroes going up against Juggernaut, going up against Axe, and Keeper of the Light, especially with that blinding light. It's going to be pretty hard for Flipside to actually get in with all heroes that need to get in, unless of course they get like a really quick Shadow Blade or Blink Dagger
10
on Doom or
seconds
Lion or
remaining.
whatever. Initiation is going to be at such a high premium for Flipside because of
5
how
seconds
awkward it is to
remaining.
initiate with these heroes.
Right now I'm just seeing a lot of slot counters.
Reserve
So
time.
I'll be worried if I was slot. It's a rough game for him. There's call
Radiant
that can't be
team
purged.
pick.
There's song to disable his ultimate. So as a support Naga, I think you can afford to throw out the song just to shut down a slot. But right now, I feel like they need one more disable on top of this. Just having call as the only lockdown against slot is
10
not the
seconds
most
remaining.
effective option once he gets tankier. So
5 seconds remaining.
something else to
From
stun.
the safe lane though, who is that?
Someone else to stun.
Reserve time.
Sven?
It's not coming to me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that great to me either. Mirana's banned out
Necrophos.
against an Omni Knight and Slark.
Yeah. Hey, you
Maybe
laugh.
not.
You laugh. It could work.
do.
Necrophos is a hero that always tends to work if it gets to the late game because you just need one mistake to lose. Could work. Silencer. Yeah, Silencer could work. Shut down that Omni Knight peskiness. Was it
I mean, it
Flipside that
seems
ran
like-
for Silencer? It was Flipside that ran Silencer, right? Wasn't Friends?
Yeah, it was Flipside with the stand-in.
Yeah, okay. So Lord Silencer earlier. I think Flipside
It's
looking
not too
strong.
late for Friends. Can Friends grab another support here and then give the Naga Siren safe lane farm?
Yeah, but then they won't have that Naga in the fights as much because usually the support Naga fights more and the Naga carry farms more. So
10
it really
seconds
depends on
remaining.
how often you want the song to be used. But they're still holding back.
5
5 seconds
seconds
left.
remaining.
And do we see?
Phantom
Okay, it looks like it will be a support Naga. I think they're really
Dire
adamant on
team
keeping
pick.
this.
Yeah.
The Slug will have one guy to worry about, and that's Axe, so it will be on Undershock to really deliver here again. Or with it. Or Undershock could be playing Jug. I think it might be another person on Axe now. No Fear, maybe? Or
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. Afterlife,
I
yeah,
think they'll-
Afterlife. Yeah, Afterlife.
They might just
seconds
wait to
remaining.
see. I don't really know if Phantom Assassin's really great here. I mean, Flipside are kind of
Reserve time.
more so on the hard to kill end than the easy to kill end. Lion is easy. Everyone else is a little bit more difficult. Doom is really effective up against PA. Stops her blur and lets you just get on top of her really quickly. And of course, like, yeah, you're gonna jump into a purification pretty much every single time.
Mhm.
Like, you got to get those kills through purify.
And that's why I
Seems rough.
didn't believe in the I don't believe in the axe as well because you're usually next to someone and then that someone's gonna get purified and you're gonna take a huge chunk of damage, more than you already are taking. I don't think Doom disables passives now without Aghanim, so
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I
You have
just
to
had
ags
to, I had
for
to
that,
pull
right?
out I had to pull out the check. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't. But yeah, it's still a very rough lineup, I think. Friends might have drafted themselves into a corner. I was about to mention Timbersaw because of how easy it is to strat Naga as well as Axe with that Timbersaw. And even PA, she may dodge right clicks, but she's not going to dodge a giant chainsaw. So that could be a problem as well. The Omni Knight's not on her side. But then again, picking Timbersaw into Keeper of the Light seems pretty triggering, so I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, the score is not updated. Feels bad, man. The mana leak, really good up against Timbersaw. It's pretty respectable up against the Slark as well. So Keeper of the Light first pick, just getting better and better as his opponents come up online. I'm really not a huge fan of this giant melee fest that's going on right now. Keeper of the Light's gonna be pretty darn happy about that. But this game I expect is going to be just really chaotic. At least Flipside want it to be as chaotic as possible, and Friends, maybe get a little bit extra farm, an item or two first for the Phantom Assassin, but then once you get that initiation on the Axe, you just gotta try to go in, man. This game is gonna be interesting because neither side has really a huge timing advantage over the other.
Yeah, but I think Flipside has the draft advantage, if not anything. So I'm gonna go Flipside here. But we'll see. If it drags real late, I think Naga has his way of ruining games for people, so we'll see. No fear on Naga. We have Afterlife on the X, so it's a little bit of a switch up of roles. Undershock will play mid Assassin. We have Always Wanna Fly on Keeper. We have Yoku playing the Juggernaut. And on the Dire side, flip side, we'll have Seadoy on their Slot, Roger on the Lion. We have Tamai Wow playing the mid Timbersaw, and Vanscore middle on the Doom. Last but not least, we'll have an offlane Shashlo with the Omni Knight. So it will be roaming Vanscore again, and Timawal will sit middle as that Timbersaw, and it's pretty much going to be okay against this PA, I think. He doesn't buy a magic stick, which is odd. Would have been nice to get that mana regen, but I guess he didn't need it.
Maybe he just didn't know if it was going to be Jug or PA. They're
that's true.
About equally as viable, and he has 200 gold anyway, so he could just get it right now. There's going to be dagger spam. It is worth noting that Stifling Dagger is physical, but it does not proc reactive armor, so I guess that might be something that Undershot can abuse, but if he loads up in reactive armor, PA has no non-physical sources of damage, so Tama Wild is just going to be pretty much unkillable, whereas for Undershock, he'll just constantly take the harassment. At a certain point, if he slips up, Timbersaw can definitely turn around and kill off the PA, so this should be a Tamai Wild favored mid lane, especially with Vanscore roaming around.
Vanscore intended to pull that creep wave away. Maybe it was intentional, I don't know. Was it a lag?
Bring it back.
Yeah, he brought it back. But pulling it away maybe was to scare the PA into being over aggressive, because the creep wave aggroing onto him would be painful.
He just wants to get into her jungle just to eat a creep.
Probably.
Nothing good here though.
Yeah, that feeling when it's all bad creeps. But yeah, I think the best one to get level 1 is the purple Satyr. That really feels good. That free ring of health. Free ring of health is the best. My golem is cool for gimmicky stuff, but yeah, it's still the best to get the... He gets the chicken. That chicken's bad too. Man, these are shitty creeps, man. Wow, I just looked around the map. These are really bad creeps. There's like all the large camps have chickens. That's so bad. Oh man.
It costs way too much mana. It's great for Chen because you don't care about that.
It's great for Doom that stacks the jungle and then use the tornado to clear the whole stack. Like you can do that, but the thing is that it's not good for a roaming Doom because it's so useless.
So slow. Top lane, they're really starting to put the screws to the Slark and Lion. They're going in pretty deep. Axe, creep cutting, knowing that Lion can't really do too much to punish him. Same exact thing for Slark. We have the Omni Knight off lane doing not terribly. He's not going to be able to outfarm Yoku, not by any stretch.
Wow.
But
Doom making
I don't
the
think
best out of
the
that
Omni Knight
situation.
off this lane.
Okay, always want to fly. Taking that tornado damage. I guess Vanscore is done shimmering around.
And now he's completely out of mana.
Yeah, flip side.
Middle right lane. There.
Tema Wow. Diving tower deep there. Could have lost his life to the PA if he wasn't careful. But he's leading in terms of CS. He's got 14 to the 12. So slightly ahead there over the PA. And he has the magic stick charges as well. So there's always that burst heal that the PA will have to be careful about. But yeah, you talk about putting in the screws, Afterlife as well as No Fear. They're really pressuring this lane hard. Forcing Seadoy to tank out most of the creep wave.
because of this, because of Flipside's inability to handle an Axe off lane, regardless of the Naga Siren being there or not, it's going to be Friends getting farm on 3 lanes, whereas for Flipside, they're just getting experience off of this bottom lane, and that is a problem when you're looking to have very similar drafts, like play very similarly. Having a whole extra lane worth of farm is going to make a difference there, because Axe will have items, whereas Omni Knight won't. And of course, if Axe gets a faster Blink Dagger, then Friends just have control of the initiation, then things get even worse for Flipside. So this is just what happens with their draft. They can't really afford to contest an Axe with a bunch of melee heroes.
Yeah, I really like what the exchange down bottom. Coddle,
Roger.
Right, crap. They get the Axe. Vansco's coming in. The Tornado is here. The extra armor is gonna be kind of cute there. No fear. Meanwhile, gonna be left there to his own devices. So they do get the Lion. That's first blood to the Axe, but Doom gets a return kill. So Vansco getting some much needed EXP. So anyway, I was talking about the Coddle at the bottom lane. He was trying to harass Shashlo, so he dropped a 150 mana leak. And then the 50 mana repel came out, and he just walked it off. Great trades there, son.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Shachlo is actually getting quite a bit of experience, and it is important for this top lane of Friends to not die. Like, even if they don't get kills and not die, that's probably better than getting kills than dying afterwards. Because getting kills for Flipside, especially losing supports in order to get those kills, ultimately is going to balance out the lane a lot more for Flipside than it will cost Friends.
This is on the pounce. Afterlife gonna take a Infernal Blade to the face. But Sidoi's most important thing right now is to get to that level 6 so that he can regen and stay safe in this lane. Meanwhile, Timbersaw, he's got the Chakram. He can actually kill Undershock now, I think. If Undershock makes a wrong move, stands near the trees, he's dead.
He has a Phantom Strike to juke, but Timbersaw has level 2 chain, so the range
The way
might
Timbersaw bursts you don't even see it coming. That's a problem. Oh wow, they kill off the Doom.
Alright, well,
I think we need
maybe we should watch the top lane a little bit more. I was not expecting Doom to die. I was expecting Undershock to die like he just almost did. They're going to bring the Keeper of the Light back. Mana Leak against Timbersaw is pretty good, but
you talk about the juke, the PA. Managed to blink up.
He's done. Got a base.
Yeah, and Tima has got his bottle, he's just gonna drink up and he's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, the Tornado coming in from the Doom, it's gonna be annoying, but really not doing much. Tempest, look at that, even has a description for that, that's cool.
It's not actually doing Omni Slash on bottom lane of Shachlo. The Purified keeps himself alive.
And now Yoku's out of mana.
Degen.
Yeah, he's pointing Degen, but it's not going to be a kill. Middle lane, Tema Wild. It's a lot of things happening. I'm just really afraid to look anywhere else now. 45 last hits there for the Juggernaut, 36 for the Timber, so Tema Wild is still doing pretty well. Undershot. He's got himself an Iron Talon as well. He's just doing some part-time creep jungling as well.
Jeez. Getting a lot of lucky crits up against Tame My Wild. But, I mean, I think the issue here is that Friends, their 2 supports are actually doing a lot more to shut their lanes down, whereas you look at the Doom, especially still with this Tornado, no stacks, I don't think, has been unable to do really much of anything. Like, last game he was all over the place with that Hurl Boulder and really putting the work in, but now he can't do anything except for try to close in for an Infernal Blade. They're looking at Undershock.
Lion coming in, and they will get the Impale off, and there's going to be a kill. Cuts right across, and there will be the Chakram as well. PA goes down. You can't dodge that big chainsaw. Down she goes.
That was not Doom. That was not a Doom gank. That was a Lion gank, right? You have to make the distinction. Doom so far hasn't done a whole lot of anything.
He'll come in with the deletion later, so no worries. He'll delete heroes later on, right?
Not that much control in the early game, though. That's the problem here.
Sidoi getting chased there by the
enemy side supports getting control on the board, whereas these supports for Flipside aren't.
Wow, that's a really full courier. They nearly lost it. Diving the tower. Oh, they have to be careful that the net goes onto Roger. Not gonna be enough to survive, and he's going down. But now here comes the Doom coming in again. The Purify! Oh man! Goodbye, PA. And no Fear as well. Well, you should be really afraid at this point in time. He's gonna drop that Riptide, but that's about it as he gets the hammer to the side of the head. And Flipside gets 2 kills for a Lion. Gotta be pretty worth it as the mid laner collapses again. 1,000 gold now. A hit. Tame Out Wild coming in there. Going to go for that Chakram. Doesn't realize that there's an axe in the low ground. And actually chains across Timber. Oh, always want to fly. Finds Van Skull. Van Skull doesn't stand there and like, okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Flipside have some serious pure damage. Like the amount of burst they can put out just with Timbersaw and Omni is already insane. Add a Doom's worth of pure damage on top of that as well. Yes, damage over time, but yeah, that's really difficult for friends to itemize against. Like they just have to.
Oh, they have a.
I don't know, get a mech. No, none of these guys can really hold mech well. They just have to get health and hope that's going to be good enough or just out-position them. That is not a good way of defensively itemizing versus these Flipside heroes.
And they have the insurance policy in terms of slot in the event that somehow friends manage to do something about this Timbersaw. It's going to be very hard to lock down Timber with just an axe. So we'll see. Oh, under shock. Oh, okay, that's a weird impale. Tamer Wild's going to get caught, but it's not going to kill him. Just gonna incapacitate him. And I feel like Mana Leak lasts so short now. It's not even worth 150 mana.
Mana Leak?
Yeah.
I mean, up against Timbersaw, you have to like time it so that you hit him when you know he's Timber chaining already. So I think there is value in the level 1 Mana Leak, but you have to be really, really careful when you cast it. You can't just throw it out. Axe is gonna get jumped.
You are about to get killed. Here comes the impale. Is there a finger? There's no finger. This could be a rough kill. No, I'm just kidding.
No
He didn't manage
spins
to
at
call.
all.
He didn't get the call. I don't think you spin when you're.
spin.
Do you spin when you're hexed? I don't think so. It might be invisible spins. You don't see that animation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you do spin, but you may not be able to see it. That might be it, but
Just
they're
Dota
gonna take
things.
tower at least. But TPs are coming in. Yoku, no fear. They have Song. I think they might have.
Oh, that net cancels the TP, and Yoku will get bailed out by the Song, but that's the Song down for 3 minutes, so that's a huge waste of Song. There was no big ultimates used, just TPs, so that is a huge waste. And now Pound's going on to the white man. Down he goes, the old guy. Gonna collapse as Lion finds another gang. Actually more of Seedoy, and Lion is just helping there. But really good kill for the Slark, and the Slark is not someone you want to give kills to because this guy is going to be hard as heck to pin down late game. Juggernaut does get 4,007, so he's sitting at the top, but 4,003 is on the Timbersaw, so he is at second place. The PA really way down low at 5, so really needs to step up his game there. Shashlo, surprisingly, getting quite a bit of items now for an offlane Omni Knight. Arcane Soul Ring, delicious.
All you have to do, make sure you stay far enough behind so that you're able to get a couple of purifications off and repels and whatnot. And well, stay
and
close
degen
enough
aura
in
is
so you
really
get
good.
value out of this degen aura.
It's super good on him because
effective.
just one level prevents the Jug from actually holding the spin next to him, if that makes any sense. Like I saw earlier on, the Jug just fell behind as he tried to push for that spin into Omni Slash combo. And the Omni Knight managed to out-kite him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Once again, Roger running in. There is a Finger of Death, so Afterlife might want to be careful about his positioning here. And yeah, Roger's like, please give me a creep. I'm trying to take off the hunger. But there's going to be a recall coming in, so we have a Jug with that Omni Slash ready. The PA though, where's the PA? Toss the dagger on the bottom there. I thought it was a dagger in the dire jungle. But now Tamer, wow, he's just chain. Yoku gets that big creep, gets a smaller one as well. And flip side, they have to decide if they want to fight this because the Finger of Death is available. They can't really just blow someone up right off the bat. So we're gonna have to see. Afterlife has his blink dagger, so it could be huge there if he jumps in. But he doesn't have vision for this. Afterlife getting caught out. Surprise is on him. He's very low on the health. The kill-off point is 450, so we'll see if anyone drops to that crash hole there. The chain comes across, they're gonna get always want to fly, he's down, the stun comes out, onto Afterlife. Afterlife dropping low, and we lose the Keeper for nothing. Flip side, securing freebies all around the map. 3 and 7 now, and all the heroes are here. PA TP's bottom, so if they see this, they could punish this. They're gonna punish this. The Omni Slash comes out, and Roshka gonna drop low, he does get punished there. By the Jug actually, and Tamer Wall is coming in. He's going in on all of these heroes. He has the chain, holding back, trying to bait the kills in, but Tamer Wall not actually be able to get any kills there, as they have lost their alliance, so they're locked down, pretty much limited at this point.
Yeah, he needs a little bit more before she's really comfortable joining in these fights, especially having gone for power treads. Not that much damage coming out of her. She needs her next item.
Always on the fly. can snatch it up, but yeah, not gonna be doing much as it. There's only a 1.5 second lockdown. Not as powerful as the Naga variation. But this tier 1 tower is taking pressure. Oh, the call comes in, cancels out the TP, but Yoku, the Finger of Death wasn't there. He tried to use the Finger of Death to soften him up for the Timber Saw to finish him off, but the Axe call stops the Timber in his tracks, so the Lion Finger is going to be off cooldown for another 149 seconds. A long, long time to be waiting. And Jug, surprisingly, among all this, still not going to be falling behind on farm. And I want to point something out. A lot of Jugs we see now don't actually go Battle Fury anymore. They all go for Yashas, go for the more early game oriented fights.
I think Battle Fury is pretty reasonable in this game, so I don't think he's gonna go back for it. There's a chance because it is really good up against what Flipside have and all these melee heroes, but for right now in this game, you don't really want to be hurting your early game to get farm in the late game. You want to be itemizing for right now and not being too greedy with your item selections. We've been seeing a Buckler on the Doom, consistent to that. Slark just gonna go straight Shadow Amulet, so it's pretty standard stuff in any normal game, but yeah, the longer you wait to get good items in this game, the more it's gonna cost you. I feel like though does have a Blink Dagger, and Tame My Wild is kind of in a vulnerable spot right now.
Yeah, I think
no
he
Omni
doesn't
Slash
care.
though, 10 seconds.
He doesn't care. They're putting 3 heroes to deal with me. Or rather, his 1 hero is dealing with 3. That's not a good trade by any measure. Undersharp's trying to get some farm going. He's going for the Helm of Iron Will. So it's likely to be an Armlet PA. Could be Helm. I think it's Armlet.
Yeah.
It's probably Armlet.
Not a fan of the Veil of Discord PA.
No?
Think
Hey.
of the damage. They're
Hey,
gonna
my wow. Oh, they doom him. It's like, alright, just shut up. Doom. And the Omni Slash going to be a complete failure here as he goes through a lot of creeps. Yoku gonna just spin away in shame as Tame My Well gives chase there. Lion and Slug already on the chase. They always want to fly. Unleashes the Illuminate. But is it going to be enough there? They expect the Slug Shadow Blade. So they are going to drop a Sentry Ward preemptively here. The Observer Ward is scouted out. So yeah. So they know there's a Sentry there. So it alerts Slug to that. It won't actually run into one of these traps. But Roger drops a deep Observer Ward here.
Flipside struggling a little bit to actually get their initiations off. Like this is what I was talking about earlier. You need a pretty quick initiating item on Doom, and that's not going to be happening with a Buckler opening. Lion is way too poor to get that. So actually starting fights is going to be really difficult for Flipside, and keeping the enemies in the fight is also pretty hard. Only real disables coming out from the Lion. They have a couple of other good disable-ish types spells, but no hard stuns or anything like that. So if they catch friends in a bad angle, yeah, they can take the fight. But if friends see Flipside coming, they can just walk away.
Oh, they see Yoku.
They may not see the Slark coming.
The Lion is here. They see Yoku. Hex. Oh no. He's gone.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he's dead too.
Well, Juggernaut down. The Flipside don't really push towers well, so they probably aren't going to be able to do that. They could just, split up the map a little bit, take some tier 1s. But really, for Flipside, what they want to do is just constantly get kills until Slark is just an unstoppable monster. Outside of that, their draft is really bad at taking objectives. Slark needs to get farmed.
Oh, this is a Helm PA. Alright, top tower goes down to the Radiant, and again, yeah, the lack of push seems to be the name of the story, yes, or rather the story of this series, because a lot of these teams. Oh, okay, Tame My Well, let's be careful here. A lot of these teams, they just don't. Okay, I'm not sure the Axe has a plan because he's running very deep for this.
So he's going in.
He doesn't have a plan, this guy. Yeah, there's got to be a song to bail them out, I think. Otherwise, they might be in trouble.
Get doomed.
Yeah, the
Doom's up right
Naga's
now.
gonna get doomed, I think. Oh, they nearly got him.
Oh, they want to
they
fly though.
stun
Get stunned out.
Kodo. Oh, poor guy. Always want to die. Dead.
That's
And without the Kodo.
You still get picked off. Feels
T1.
bad.
Yep, the T1 is going to go down. I think almost guaranteed here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Radiant top tower is going to go. They're probably going to glyph this. Buy a little bit of time. But it's probably going to be forfeit. X. Oh, X dunking the courier. No, he didn't even dunk it. He just right-clicked it. But now they find him. And he's going to pay for that greed. He's on fire. That's gonna be a Doom. Okay, they don't
now
like
he's
him.
dead.
They don't like him. They don't like
Oh,
him.
what?
What?
Radiant's
Okay.
top
Okay,
tower is under
like just
attack.
literally run in a straight line. You got him. There we go.
Well, he wasn't using that Doom anyway. So anyway, flip side is scoring some kills on the board. The Juggernaut gets his Aegis. Okay, double damage on PA with the Alpha Wolf and Blightstone. Able to clear that one up. So a big Aegis steal there. While flip side are making space. No, while friends are making space around the map. So very good kill. Always wanna fly. It's so gonna suffer now as the Timbersaw just goes ham on him to repel, making sure that he doesn't get leaked, and this poor guy just gets purified. Dived under his tier 2 tower. That really feels bad. Feels coddle, man.
For the light, man. Just can't catch a break in this game. Flipside are constantly getting kills, but friends are still getting farm, and you know,
but getting the
still taking
keeper
objectives
kill is
just to
different
roach
because
all the tier 1s. It's looking like game 2 here, where friends are still under pressure, but not really lethal pressure.
Wow! Wowie! That's gotta hurt. And Tema Wow is dropping low. He's gonna kill himself, but another shot. Wow, he nearly died.
Huh. Could've
That is
told
the
him.
burst. That is the pure damage burst that comes out from this combo. And a Blink Dagger for Omni Knight. He still doesn't have Guardian Angel. Which is kind of odd that he
probably
chose
next level,
level
right?
2 degen over Guardian Angel, really?
He had level 2 degen really early.
Okay.
So it was like he was at like level 6, it was 4 purification. Level 7 was 4 purification, repel, and degen. Level 2, so he had level 1 repel for a long time. So it should be GA now and next level, yeah. With Blink GA, that's pretty nice, especially when you have a Slark and a Timbersaw who are gonna be running around all over the place during those fights. And of course, you could just jump in and purify people, which is actually not to be underestimated. Easy to land through and just see
Aether Lens is
damage.
nice too, actually. Getting the Aether Lens would be good. But it's not gonna happen. You know, the biggest thing about the repel change, you wanna know? Is that the cooldown and the duration has been tweaked so that when you buy Octarine, you no longer have permanent repel. Just little things.
Repel never lasts long enough anyway to...
Yeah, no, with
keep
Octarine
permanent.
you can keep it up indefinitely. Before the previous one expired. So you can just keep repelling yourself and it's running in. I had
Didn't it used to be a lot longer, Repel?
Yeah. So in the past, you could before with the change, you could actually buy Octarine if you ever got the kind of
No, I
money
mean,
in the
even
other
without
game.
Octarine, like before they introduced
No,
Octarine,
you
I'm
can't.
pretty
You
sure
can't.
Repel
There will
used
be
to
a,
like
a
50 seconds.
a few second window, like a few second window where you can't. But with Octarine, you definitely can because I had this guy this guy that was smurfing in one of my pubs and he absolutely destroyed my safe lane, my safe lane as an offlane Omni Knight, and he got an Octarine core at like 12 minutes. And he just repelled and walked around, and we couldn't kill him. It was a miserable
How
game.
intimidating. See, as nice as that sounds, when you're walking around, you're
Oh
not
yeah, but the
actually
thing is that he
doing much
continued
something
killing
like-
people because they couldn't kill him, and he had a Sanjin Yasha and face boots by like the next 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
Just 7k players in 4k games, you know.
Yeah, that seems... And once you get the damage items up, then it becomes a little bit scarier, but...
Yeah, he
I
became
would
a
not
real
advise
beast.
rushing Octarine on Omni Knight, guys.
Not dying is fun.
Smoke's gonna be blown. Chacha's not gonna see it. Afterlife's in the trees. Just uses Blink Dagger.
Coddle.
Why? No!
Feels coddle, man.
Coddle.
And Shashlo with the KS. And X wishing that he wasn't here. He has a TP. Is he trying to look for the backstab? He's eating through those trees.
They have vision, so they are maybe setting this up on purpose.
Okay. Is it gonna happen? No, sir. Afterlife, what are you doing? So it's not gonna happen. Coddle dies again for nothing. 4 and 12. The goal graph is now 4,000 in favor of Flipside. Hey man, you might be right, but just for the wrong team. 3-1. You know, at this rate, things are going.
Ooh, Undershock. This is aggressive. Usually Blightstone Hammer means Desolator, but this time it means BKB, which is pretty darn good up against Flipside, Magic Community, and
That is
whatnot.
that is if you manage
a lot
to
of
hit your
Flipside after
BKB.
Getting through that.
Yeah, you gotta remember to press the BKB though, because you don't do much damage. Who is he gonna really kill though? This Doom is really armored up. There's Slop that you don't kill. Omni Knight is hard to kill. Everyone's hard to kill. Oh, they scan. They know Afterlife is there. What a scan!
Oh, but they broke
They
their.
know the
hinges on a
scan.
box. I don't know.
Gonna
They're
chain.
digging.
They're digging for him. Oh, they know.
There's a TP.
They
He's
know.
not
Tame
taking it.
well. He knows. He knows. He sees the X. Ah! What is a life? What is life? Oh man. What is life? That scan though. That is some deep game sense right there. Got him.
Just doesn't seem like friends are able to be proactive at all in this game, despite having a Blink Dagger on Axe. Hasn't
What can
really
you
gotten
do?
them a lot, and Flipside are still just randomly finding angles where they're able to kill off friends' heroes while keeping their own
Diffusal
heroes
Blade is
alive.
up
And
on the jug though. He's burning Vanscore's mana. Oh, Dagger comes out. Oh, they're going in for Secret. There's the BKB, and then there's the Repel, and then there's the Doom. And then there's the Doom. Vanscore probably gonna die here. Oh no, what? Coddle! Oh, Coddle! Oh, feels Coddle, man. Oh, there, the Undershock getting caught there. The Doom apparently better than BKB, and now Coddle is gonna get that death that he deserves so much.
I didn't even know that was possible. I thought Blinding Lights moved you slow enough so that you could still keep tracking.
No, but it bounced him into the fog. It's kind of how Force Staff works as well. If you manage to force at the right moment, you force at the right interval, you actually dodge the Omni Slash as well.
And like the Juggernaut has to be on the right side of you. He has to be on the opposite side of where you're going, so that he doesn't have another acquired target in the time duration or something like that. I've never seen it work like that with Keeper of the Light before, but that feels pretty damn bad to not only lose that kill, but lose additional heroes after that, and lose tier 2 towers after that. So it seems like even the game at this point is conspiring for friends to lose.
Yeah, Flipside on their way to claiming championship for this Dota 2 Champions League Season 8. And, well, it's not over yet, but it's looking pretty dire here. I love saying that line, especially when Dire are winning.
Yeah,
I'm self-aware.
Shotwell has a freaking hand of Midas. We're gonna see some antics from him in this game.
Octarine Core.
Aghanim Scepter?
Yeah, that makes the game pretty much done.
Oh, there's a Diffusal on Juggernaut, so I don't know if you want to go all in on...
I mean, it's still the entire team.
Yeah, and then they will be pretty spread out, right? Like, again, that's what the Blink Dagger is kind of for, position your GA, but then you don't really need to. Slark
Maybe he needs a Eels first.
Maybe you should get a fat armor item.
Shiva's.
Shiva's great versus friends. It's like insane versus friends, but it's expensive.
He's got money. This guy's just rolling in dough. He's 3-0. And Timbersock reconnects, so we're gonna have a game resume soon. I like this item, Lotus Orb, and Coddle Leak himself.
Trying to think of, like, in my ideal Omni Knight world, what do I build? The Staff of Wizardry. It's Force Staff? Is he really just going for something boring like Force Staff?
Mm-hmm.
Dual Scepter is pretty good against the Juggernaut, so maybe it's that.
Yeah, it's probably
More
Eels.
mana. Ugh. It's really good, but it's just so boring compared to what he could be going for right now.
Yeah, well, he wants to close up the game. I don't think you want to throw this. I mean, if you want to talk about boring strats, earlier today, Fnatic versus Warriors, they were crushing Warriors. It was literally 322. Like, it was 330 something at the end. And
yeah, but that's
Demon was still building proper items. I was so disappointed.
Dude, I hate when people buy proper items.
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile, Slark is getting the still proper items, but MKB. So Blinding Light
Blur
is gonna be not doing anything versus him. Plus Blur, not gonna be doing anything. Like, Slark's been pretty quietly getting farm. And he has a lot of it.
Yeah. It's been a low kill game, but it's It's been a successful one for Flipside so far. Even the Doom getting some big kills down. Dooming a PA pretty much just shuts her down, pretty much locks down all her mobility. It really prevents her from doing much in the fights. And now they're going to do some ratting on the top lane to pull in the Naga for the Song retreat if needed. And we have Axe. Okay, scouted out here. Looks like Timbersaw with the haste. He's looking for it. He wants some. And he's going to run in. They might fight top. There is the Song. They're going to use Doom. But, okay, the Omni Slash goes onto the Slug, and now does absorb some of the damage. He gets caught, it's down, the stun there. All three heroes getting caught, no fear. They're gonna TP out of there with the Song, and they will actually manage to bail out in time. But Roger, guys, he has the Blink Dagger in 2 seconds. Will he get it? No, Yoku gets the spin off before going for that TP out. So Rochka, his sneak attacks will not be successful, but Omni Knight denies his second tower this game. And Friends just can't get the things right. They lose a hero on the way out as well. And they take nothing in return.
If they had a Desolator, that would have taken the tower down. But choosing to go for BKB, now using it twice with no huge yield, really starting to cause Undershock. It is kind of consistent with what I was talking about earlier, how you don't really want to, like, you want to power up for right now in the game, you don't really want to, like, invest for later. But since I said that, the game has slowed down a lot. Like, these teams are doing their best to kind of avoid each other. And BKB at this point is kind of like a dead item for Phantom Assassin. She could be going for any other damage item, again, Desolator, and will just be farming faster. Would have taken down that tower, would be more effective in the fights. This is really hurting her at this point, and
BKB first on any carry usually is wrong. Usually. I mean, back when Gyrocopter was popular, a BKB first on that hero was really all in. You had to close out the game fast or else you lose. And always want to fly. Throws out a very risky Illuminate there, manages to pour it out. So, risking his life for the team there. But he only tags one melee creeper there.
3 Blink Daggers on Flipside right now. So Initiation is starting to come up, shore up that weakness. They have the damage from Seedoy. Haven't seen the damage from Timbersaw in quite a long time, but he has a Lotus Orb.
TS problems. What's TS?
Is Lotus Orb even that good in this game?
It's pretty good. I mean, removes Leak, it deflects Omni Slash, deflects and Snare, removes and Snare, removes the slow from Stifling Dagger, slows her as well. You know, it's not bad. I think primarily it's for the removal of Leak.
Yeah.
That
then
in itself.
At that point, I'm thinking like you're getting it for the armor over Ewell's Scepter. I feel like
it's a good defensive component as well. I mean,
game.
you can use it on allies. That's the best part. He doesn't really need Yules because Omni Slash doesn't kill him, so he doesn't really care, I think.
Yeah, the peak for this item isn't nearly as high as in some other games. But any plate mail item is never going to be a bad item because they're all so amazing.
I personally love Lotus Orb. I think Lotus Orb is extremely good against Lion or Hex heroes. Because it dispels Hex, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
no, like,
now Roger going in there, stunning up, and Undershock's gonna get caught. He's caught as a frog. He's now got Pentagram on him. He's got everything on him. He's just gonna stand there. Dead again.
Oh, they caught Afterlife. He was cutting the wave, and now he's in a little bit of trouble. Blink TP.
Oh, he's gonna TP, but Shashlo has a blink himself, and no. Oh, recall? Get it? Oh, no. No running. 2 more kills before we get to blaze it, guys. Clap, clap, clap.
Friends aren't really accomplishing anything this game. Like, they're getting a handful of farm here and there, but they've stopped taking any significant objectives, and Flipside are still getting kills. And they're still getting items, I want to say faster than Friends. Yes, they are itemizing faster than Friends, just by how this game is going when it's kind of passive like this. So, just by sitting back and doing nothing, that's how Friends lose. They have to find something that will allow them to switch up their playstyle from this.
What can they do, though?
I think they have to actually, like, group up around their axe. Try to use Omni Slash. Like, they have some tools. With the safety of Song of the Siren especially, they can make some aggressive pushes. Or make aggressive kill attempts. But they're just not.
Let's go over to Radiant Vision. It's pretty black. There are no wards on the map. This is very
There's one Dire Observer ward on the lane.
good stuff. Good stuff, CIS Dota. They don't care.
Radiant's
They're going
bottom
in.
tower is under attack.
Seedoi has plans for this Aegis, and he wants to use it now. Gonna get blinded there. Repelled up.
Nice blinding light does nothing. MKB, pretty good.
Doesn't work on buildings though.
Radiant's
Still gonna
Well.
slow him down, but not fast enough. Always want to fly. Now I'm gonna deploy another Illuminate. But this game looking very sad now. Shashlo is gonna push in with his slot. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that creep wave. And then again, another blinding light. It's gonna be annoying.
Immediately repel though, and the slow siege with Slark, not exactly standard, but hey, it seems to be working. He has an Aegis, he has Omnite behind him. He does have
Meanwhile,
to kind
top.
of move that though, because top lane's being pushed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Timbersaw chains it up. Doombringer is ready for something, but Lion is here. And Vanscore has Blink in 1 second. Could have stopped that TP, but not gonna happen. Afterlife though. It's a Blink in 2 seconds.
Still see him. Server ward in the lane.
They get him. Rochka. Oh, Rochka gets the Hex.
Got him.
Ah, they got him. They lose their X for a little bit of ratting. Seedoi sees the Juggernaut. He's way more farmed than Jug at this point. The Aegis though, unfortunately, there's really no one to lose it to. There's just very little ways to lock down the slot now.
Axe has died like alone in the middle of nowhere. He's trying to be cutting the waves, but up against all these Blink daggers now, that's just not a good plan.
I mean, he's 1-7, so not the most outstanding play so far. And we were just hating on after Undershot earlier with his axe, but Undershot with his plays, but his axe did way better in this one.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, he got his act together after he got his Blink dagger, like several 3-man calls. Way more than there really should be in any given game.
Yeah, Seedoi repelled out once again, and they're gonna go in. We're just 1 kill away from the memes.
How is Juggernaut 1-1 in this game? Like such a disappointing amount of kills on Juggernaut, and having not gone for Battle Fury at this point is really starting to hurt him. He went items to fight, and they're not fighting. So you would kill for a farming item.
I told you their team is having some problems. No Fear is pretty angry, I think.
Does seem like that, right?
He did leave 2 games without GGing, and before the game even ended. So
Maybe they have a gentleman's understanding that they could just leave. Saw some of that in StarCraft.
well,
Quote unquote BMGGs, but it turns out they just like play all the time and they just leave anyway. People are getting riled up over nothing. It's a possibility.
I like getting riled up over nothing. But meanwhile, we have an Caudal Eggs being completed here. We'll need to send the courier over for the point booster, but I think Caudal has his eggs, and it's a big one as well. A lot of healing, constant daylight, and we'll be able to see through the trees, which will buy them some time, provided he doesn't get jumped and killed off.
Oh, other items coming up. We got a Talisman of Evasion for Omni Knight, which Talisman of Evasion building into
Heaven's
either
Halberd.
Solar Crest or Heaven's Halberd. I'm inclined to think Halberd, but both of these items are insanely good versus friends. Like it just another armor item for Solar Crest. For Heaven's Halberd, you could just disarm them and then just BKBs, I guess.
Yeah, that feeling when Jug gets a BKB of his own, that means he's been having a rough game. It's not a damage item, it's a depleting asset.
With Solar Crest on Slark, that's good stuff.
Yeah, there are no evasion counters right now. Oh, I hear a Lotus Orb self-yuling. The Doom goes on the X, and that's it. Undershot. Okay, they're gonna pounce in there. Seedoi is repelled up. They're gonna gank him though, and he immediately pops into that Shadow Dance. He's sleeping now as the Naga Song does activate, but now it's 420. We're blazing it. And flip side, gotta stop punishing. This Naga has no Radiance. It's a support Naga. Act going in there, gets the call, but immediately sent into the air via Tornado. He tornadoes himself up again, but there's a Chainsaw waiting for him at the bottom. And there you go, an easy kill there. Yoku gonna get a BKB, but really at this point, look at that. That does absolutely nothing as the Guardian Angel just craps all over this lineup. Yoku trying to run away. The stun comes out from that Lion, missing there, but still, it's not going to be that big of an issue as the Slot just pinches away at this Rex. Meanwhile, Timbersaw going in deep there, looking for No Fear. They will probably find him. Shashlo gets the repel onto that Timbersaw. Body blocking here from Taemai while blocking Yoku from going in on his team. Yoku unable to go in there while his PA dives down in the bottom lane. Gets himself picked off. Godlike here for Taemai while Kodo goes down again. They're forced back to the fountain. One-man army at this point. Lotus Orb, Shiva's Guard. You talked about how this item was so good, and well, it's just standing in front of their base now. It's almost like an insult at this point. It's time to buy the Sentry Wards and build a question mark.
Unfortunately, didn't hit them with that Timber Chain, but this is like the most anticlimactic ending to a tournament I've ever seen. Just a slow.
I mean, there
grind
was
of
TI4.
killing everyone.
There was
in this last
TI4. TI4 was a thing.
That's true.
TI4 was a thing.
Apparently blocked that from my memory, even though I was there.
Hey, never know. Sidoi. Alright, let's try and cheer them for a kill. Friends, we're gonna overhype your next kill. Let's do it. To get an snare. Onto Taemai Wall. Probably not the best target. The Lotus Orb dispels it. Always want to fly. Now gonna run away. The chainsaw comes and cuts him in the butt. He's gonna run away. Someone's a frog. Afterlife's a frog. He's going into the afterlife, that's for sure. Yoku going in there, Roshka Lion! He's gonna get caught out the Juggernaut. Will he get out of there in time? No, the crits come in. There you go. Lion down and out. 5 and 25. They pick on the weakest guy. They pick on the smallest guy in the playground. Meanwhile, Taemai Well clears up his team. Yoku running in circles. Degen Aura being a real pest. Yoku running around. Undershot pops his BKB. Gets a pentagram for his troubles. Oh no. Afterlife gets another kill. It's a slot. And now Afterlife going in there. Vanscore getting the hunger onto him, but Vanscore is just gonna walk that off. Taemai Well, most of them all, is really not caring at this point. Just running deep in there. This is the Russian Dota we were promised, and all that early game that lacked kills we are now getting in the end game as the Mega Creeps start piling in. The chains come across. Another Beyond Godlike here for Taemai Well. He's 1 against 4 now. He's going in. He's taking out 2 guys. There's a buyback that has been forced out, and he's Lotus Orping himself.
Damage.
He's not taking damage. Yes, sir. And there's the counter Omni Slash. They're fighting each other. Jedi fights. Let's go. Undershot taking damage. Big damage. Gets shifted by the Slark, and finally, always want to fly says, okay, enough. Okay, enough. 7 to 31. We get ourselves a 3-1 here. Flipside taking the win, taking the championship here. And, well, surprising us a little bit given the past records, but still not going to take anything away from them. Flipside Tactics really earned this one. They did play some very crisp Dota, had some good drafts as well, and overall this turned out to be the better team. Whatever the case is on Friends, maybe they had some problems, maybe they're no longer friends, you never know. But yeah, Flipside did play well.
And at the end we got to see Omni Slash reflected with Lotus Orb, which is always freaking crazy. Gotta love when you see that. But yeah, it was Flipside just playing very solidly every single time. Friends, they had execution issues, I think, more so than anything else. Like, it was always an okay-ish game plan, but especially like look at this game, they never really looked for kills. It was always Flipside looking for kills, and that's just so easy to get around. Just smoke and get someone killed, but that never happened.
Yeah, you don't let a slot run rampant when you don't have any hard counters to him. And that's what happened. The slot just went ham, the Timber went hammer, and that's pretty much it. Friends, they see themselves out 3-1. So it wasn't a 3-0 at least, so it wasn't a complete embarrassment. They will actually take one match off Flipside. But then again, I think Flipside really deserves a look, well, more attention, I think, from the EU scene. We'll see if they can actually compete with the greats, so to speak, in future tournaments to come. And I'll definitely be looking out for those guys. But yeah, with that, we conclude Dota 2 Champions League Season 8. And I'd like to thank all of you guys for following us through the weeks. It's finally been completed. You know, we had some scheduling delays because of other tournaments and whatnot, but we finally managed to complete it. And it was pretty fun casting. A lot of brand new EU teams. I really do enjoy casting these lesser known teams sometimes because it's a fresh air with all their new drafts and whatnot. And yeah, Mike, it's been fun having you around. You want to have any closing words for this?
It was a pretty clean tournament. Single elimination that was brutal. Like
Alliance,
it was double.
Escape Gaming. They almost forgot they existed in this tournament, right?
Alliance played their first game here, and that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
overall, a pretty nice tournament. We get to see some new teams come back, and we had Come With Me Putch a couple of times, so that was cool. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I want a big shout out to Epic Esports Events as well as Faceit for running the tournament. Cool guys, and hope they run more in the future. I'm Lysander, this is Mike Loris. Our names are in the top right corner, so you can tweet at us your feedback if you want. Give us a follow, give us a shout out, whatever. And we'll be back with you guys in the future. So stay tuned on those Twitter accounts for more Dota 2 action. Hope to see you guys soon. Much love and Kappa. Good night.